where they can iron out some of the bugs. Well, as in the past, they were all here. The biggest names, the hottest cars. You know, at 150 miles, this race is considered a short one. There's no pacing, no cooling it, but just a flat-out charge for the checkered flag. 24 cars go out to do battle, and when they drop the green, look out, Mama, because they're coming on. Tony Holman, owner of Indianapolis Speedway, is on hand for a preview of the 1971 racers, along with the biggest names in USAC, ready and eager to kick off a brand new racing season. Bobby Unser had the fast time and starts on the pole as all cars are readied for the start. Unser and Rutherford lead this snarling 24-car pack out of the fourth turn for the green flag, and this race is underway. Bobby Unser fires off the pole spot to take the lead. Al Unser is right behind him, followed by A.J. Foyt in the red Coyote number 9. Johnny Rutherford in car number 16 is running fourth. After 2 laps, the first 4 cars are stacked up the same way. But now Gary Bettenhausen has moved into 5th, Sweet Savage 6th, and Mario Andretti takes over the 7th position. With only daylight ahead of him, Bobby Unser begins to stretch his lead. Meanwhile, brother Al and Foyt are locked up in a wheel-to-wheel battle for second. Art Pollard lost it in the 3rd turn, spun out and careened into a guardrail. The yellow comes out while a wrecker tows the car back to the garage. "23 drivers still have a ride. Art Pollard is on foot." Wally Dallenbach takes this opportunity to make this one mandatory pit stop. It's a quick stop for fuel, and 15 seconds later, he goes back in the race. On the restart, Bobby Unser still has the lead, followed by Al Unser, Foyt, and Bettenhausen. Black flag just fell, and Raj McCluskey was disqualified for dropping oil on the track. Lloyd Ruby, driving car number 12, makes his required pit stop, takes on fuel, and heads out. The new ruling for this race states that all cars must make at least 1 pit stop and be in long enough to have the fuel hose connected to the tank. On Gary Bettenhausen's stop, fuel overflowed onto the hot engine exhaust and burst into flame, sending his chief mechanic, Bill Casey, to the hospital with 2nd-degree burns. This puts Gary and the car on the sidelines. On the restart, Al Unser in car number 1 has the lead, but Foyt is crowding him. A.J. is a red-hot contender in any race. Bobby Unser is in the 3rd slot. Laps later, Foyt slides underneath Al Unser, and that big red number 9 is the new leader. Uh-oh, Foyt surrenders his lead and dives down pit road for fuel. Watch this crew work. Seconds later, Foyt heads back to the action. Bobby Unser has the lead now, but Al is pressing him hard. Sweet Savage in car number 42 is running 3rd. Bobby and Al are side by side, staging a sensational battle. Five laps later, A.J. Foyt pulled back into the pits for the last time. His engine was overheating, and they pushed it behind the wall. Later, his crew found that a rag had blown into the air intake and blocked the radiator. So now, one of racing's strongest competitors is a spectator. Right now, the race looks like an Unser Brothers benefit. Bobby is in the lead, and Al challenges him on every corner of the racetrack. He works him on the high side, then down low, but each time, Bobby manages to stave him off. Down the back chute into turn 3, Al Unser stands on it. He slides the Johnny Lightning special underneath Bobby to take the lead. That was Bob Harkey. He came through turn 4 a little too high, got out in the loose marbles and did a 360-degree spin, but he stayed out of trouble and gets back in the race. As they grind down toward the checkered flag, Al Unser begins to stretch his lead over second-place Bobby. He sounds stronger on every lap. There's the white flag, one more lap, and he goes to the bank. Out of the fourth turn and down the grandstand straight for the last time, the checkered flag falls on Al Unser, the winner of the Jimmy Bryan 150. Bobby finished second, Sweet Savage third, Joey Leonard fourth, and Lloyd Ruby fifth.